Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and I am back today with another episode of r/TIFU, which stands for Today I Effed Up. TIFU by almost ruining my family's life for a video game. So about 4 years ago, I was 12 years old and quite stupid, to be honest. As many 12-year-olds do, I played video games a lot. But like, a lot. I was especially hooked on a game you might have heard of, Clash Royale. Up until now, everything's fine, right? Well, just wait and see. At that time, I was in my first year of high school. I live in Canada, so I don't know if that would be the case somewhere else. And I had very few friends, and to be honest, I was probably the less cool kid you would have seen in the school. Anyway, back to the game. One day, I got $10 or so and wanted to spend it on the game, but I didn't have a credit card, so I asked my mom to do it for me. I gave her the $10, she paid what I wanted in the game, and everything was good, right? Wrong. For some reason, when she entered her credit card info, my phone remembered it, and I could use it to buy anything on the App Store or in-game. I think you can see where this is going. Before I reveal the final events of the story, I just want to make it clear that we were not in a good financial situation at all. At that time, we lived in a very bad apartment, we would barely be able to buy decent amounts of food, and we were 4 in the house, on my mother's side. Anyway, back to the main story. After all the previous events, one day I discovered that said credit card had been saved on my iPhone. It didn't take me too long to start buying gems. I usually bought packs of $10 to $15 so I wouldn't feel too guilty. It's not that much, is what I thought, but $10 2 or 3 times every day for a month or so is kind of a big deal. After a few days, I became sort of addicted to buying offers in game, and I lost control. I would go to bed at night and buy 4 to 5 packs of $10 for no apparent reason, and my stupid self didn't think of buying a $50 pack instead, which is better value. After some time, my mother texted me saying, "We need to talk." I don't know about you, but that's the most terrifying message I've ever received. Once she got home, the first thing she said was, "Did you know I don't have any money on my account?" I looked down and knew I was in some deep crap. 2 to 3 hours, I don't have a phone anymore. I'm crying like a baby in my bedroom. My mom's on the phone with an Apple employee trying to get the money back. Long story short, she ended up recovering the $650 I had spent in Clash Royale over the time of less than a month. And just to show how pointless it all was to steal that money, my Clash Royale account has barely even been used for the past 2 years. Good job, past me. You ruined my game. TLDR, I used my mom's credit card info on a video game and almost ruined a part of our life, all for some gems. That is scary. That is so scary. And that is why it's really scummy for these companies to put so much pressure on in-game purchase, because there are children who manage to have parents' banking information, whether it's through like Google Play or something like that, and suddenly you could have paid for rent with the amount of money that your child has spent on in-app game purchases. Holy crap. Well, I'm really glad that she did end up recovering it. I hear from the comments that there are certain companies that will, in certain situations, especially like in this kind of situation, and the child has to be under a certain age for it to be legitimate for them. But I'm just really glad, so glad that your mom was able to tell what was going on and she was able to recover that, because that's straight up a nightmare. TIFU by trying not to F up a chance with a girl who I had a major crush on. Obligatory, this happened 5 years ago, but I was recently talking to my friend about regrets I've had in my life. My biggest one is as follows. Get ready, because this is a major facepalm. Freshman year of college, some students from my dorm convinced me to join the debate team with them during orientation week. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, and we're having our debate team get to know each other party. At the party, I spot this stunning blonde, and I try to make conversation with her. She doesn't seem interested, probably ignored me because I was mumbling. Mind you, she's also a freshman, and she joined the debate team, but the debate team leaders hadn't broken us up into teams yet, so I hadn't seen her at practice before. Another thing to note is that I'm extremely quiet and introverted. So I stayed in the back of the party just conversing with one or two people, the whole time thinking, dang, I wish I had a chance, but I know she's out of my league. Near the end of the party, shock, she approaches me and starts up a conversation. I have low self-esteem, so I was quite surprised. And we hit it off. She's super awesome, and I walked her to her dorm at the end of the night. She was quite tipsy, so I was a gentleman and helped her to her room. The cherry on top was that when the debate team leaders finally broke us up into competition groups, she ended up on my team. Fast forward again a couple of months, and we're really good friends. We talked a lot, but there was a turning point where, I don't remember how, when, or why, she just looked for any excuse to hold my hand or arm. When we went to competitions, she'd say the shoes she was wearing were uncomfortable, and she'd want me to help her walk down the stairs. At this point, any of you guys who are reading this and have at least one brain cell can tell she likes me. Me, at the time, this is literally what was going on in my head. Oh my god, I hope she doesn't fall. She'll probably hate me if I walk wrong. She was wearing tennis shoes. I cringe even writing this. Gosh dang. Before debate competitions, she told me she would glance in my general direction to give her a yes or no signal on how well she's doing. Afterward, she'd run back to sit by my side and hold my arms. Again, this whole time, none of this really registers for me. I'm still thinking, I really hope she likes me. Should I ask her out? No, she'd definitely not say yes. One night near midterm season, I was walking out of my dorm when I saw her looking really hot and in high heels and a miniskirt. I was pretty stressed because I had exams the next day, so I was happy to go over and talk to her when she cheerily said hi and asked me to come join her. We sat on a nearby bench and she talked about how excited she was to go to a frat party. So this is where the TIFU takes off. Ugh, the cringe. She begs me to go with her to the party. Me being stupid and nervous around her said, I can't. Now you're probably thinking, what a dumb butt. And unfortunately, that is not the end of it. She says to me, you should see the panties I'm wearing. They're so cute. And I said, I can't go. I have to study. And with my heart beating fast AF and still nervous as heck, I head back to do my freaking homework. I crap you not, I woke up one day about a year later and said, WTF. It really clicked on me what I missed, and I wanted to punch myself. By that point, she's already got a boyfriend and moved on. FML. TLDR, there was a girl in college I had a huge crush on. I was nervous and was overthinking whether she liked me or not. Then I missed the biggest you can get under my skirt sign ever. Common sense is not that common, folks, and some people are just plain hopeless. SMH. If a girl ever just randomly tells you about how nice her undergarments look and you should see them, I feel like that is not a common conversation that friends have. I've never told a platonic friend that. I don't even think I've told anyone that, so I feel like that should have really, I don't understand how you didn't see that. Oh my god. That's so bad. TIFU by naming a folder on my mom's laptop. This F-up started last week and actually happened today about 30 minutes ago. I like to deer hunt occasionally, and I recently purchased a trail cam to see where the deer were coming from. I left it outside for 2 weeks or so and brought it back in to check the SD card. During the process of taking the pictures off the SD card and transferring them to my mom's laptop that was provided by her work, my desktop power supply is fried, power surge from lightning got to it. I thought it would be hilarious to name the folder Sexy Deer Pics. I also should mention that I placed the folder on the desktop out to the right so it was away from all the other programs, easily visible. Fast forward to today. My mom's laptop was having issues, so she contacted the IT department at the college she works for. The IT department required that she give them virtual access to the computer, allowing them to view the screen. 15 minutes into the repair, my mom realized that we never renamed the folder. So it was still there for all to see. We know that they most likely saw it because they were operating off the administrator code while sitting on the desktop screen, and the folder is impossible to miss. Worst part is, one IT professional couldn't fix it for some reason. They kept contacting us, telling us they were bringing another professional on to help or take over, so who knows how many people are laughing at this right now. I just hope we gave someone a good laugh. Gosh, I hope I don't get my mom reported. TLDR, name the folder containing trail cam pics of deer to sexy deer pics on my mom's work computer. Now the entire IT department has likely seen this. And why? I hope that I feel like they would probably just be laughing quietly on the other end, because I'm sure that they've labeled or named things on their computer ridiculous things, but I would be quite taken aback to see that myself. I hope she doesn't get in trouble for that being on her work computer, though. That's like my biggest concern. That's so awkward. TIFU by thinking I was getting gas for $1. So this has been an ongoing F-up, but I only noticed today. I work on a military base and there are gas stations on all bases. Well, I have been getting gas at a specific gas station for about 2 months now. The first time I went there, I checked my bank account and it only charged $1. Great! I was dangerously low on gas and money and had only put about $15 in my tank. I thought I was getting some kind of gift from the gods for not kicking puppies. I went there a couple weeks later and sure enough, the same thing. Awesome. I think I'm getting a full tank of gas for $1. This was extremely helpful in my opinion, as money is a little tight right now. Turns out, gas stations on post will take out $1 as a pending payment type thing. Then a couple days later, they will take out the rest of this. I did not know this until today when I look at my bank account and I am negative $12. TLDR, I thought I was getting essentially free gas. I was not. Bank account went in the negative. This happened to me. I went to put 20 pounds of petrol in my car, got charged 1 pound and was like, whoa, free petrol. Was confused a few days later when 19 pounds randomly came out of my account, mentioned it to my dad who gently informed me that I am, in fact, a big idiot. I'm not alone. Thanks for making me feel a little better. Oh my God. No. Oh no. I just want to know, like, how are you an adult now and you didn't know? Oh my God. And some other people did mention, just for future reference, a lot of gas stations do this, not just the ones on your base. Oh no. I mean, yes, it is confusing the first time, but I just don't understand how you weren't confused about, like, when you checked your account another time and realized, like, the exact rest of that amount came out of your account. Okay. Oh, man. I'm just sad that you went into the negative for that. TIFU by trying to teach my children how to self-censor. I have 2 elementary-aged boys who are very observant and always trying to toe the line with edgy behavior. Whenever they overhear a bad word out in public or on a show, they will whisper it to each other and often try to say it to get a reaction. We started teaching that if they want to actually talk about a word they hear, as in, that guy over there said, they should say F word, S word, etc. The youngest has become very interested in anatomy, and we have chosen to teach him the real words for body parts. On the car ride home, he decided to incessantly start talking about his nipples. Have you seen my nipples? My nipples feel great in this shirt. Here's the TIFU. As we were pulling into our house, the windows were down and there were neighbors around. I said, hey buddy, that's not a word we use in front of other people. Then I'll just say N-word. N-word, N-word, N-word. Of course, he has no idea what N-word signifies and has never heard that word. But without any context at all, our neighbors probably think we are the worst people in the world. TLDR, our son thought saying N-word would be a great idea. We are actively seeking to move. so fun to parent little boys, especially. Children are already fun alone, but boys seem to just really love to push it further. TIFU by forgetting to close my window, and now I live in a swimming pool. So I currently live in Germany, where it is the middle of summer, and of course, we have 40 degrees 24/7. And as you do in hot weather, I tried every possible method of cooling down me and my home that I could think of. I tried opening windows, blowing fans, but the only thing that worked was an ice bath, and that didn't last very long. 4 o'clock rolls by and I'm just in my living room sweating my butt off. All of a sudden, out of literally nowhere, it starts bucketing it down, tipping it down, raining cats and dogs. And it does it at an angle. I just stood by the window for about 5 minutes, staring at the rain, quite glad that my desert of a garden might now be able to grow back. Then it hit me. I had my freaking bedroom window wide open, and it was on the side of my house that the rain was angling towards. Crap. I sprinted upstairs, but it was already too late. There was water everywhere. My bed was wet, my desk was wet, the floor, of course, had puddles of water everywhere. Everything that had been high up at the back of the room was wet. I just stood there for a second, stunned, before rushing to the window and shutting it as quickly as I could. I spent the next 2 hours mopping the floor and trying to dry my stuff, and I'm now setting up the couch so that I have somewhere to sleep tonight. At least I didn't have the washing out. TLDR, I left my bedroom window open during a thunderstorm. It started raining heavily directly into my room, and now I'm going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. Dang, that sucks. And I'm just gonna take a giant guess that 40 degrees Celsius is what you mean there, because obviously otherwise that would be cold and not hot. But oh my goodness. Oh, and if it gets back to being hot again, it's probably gonna be all nasty and muggy, and oh, that sucks. TIFU by bringing a bag of spiders to my friend's house and unleashing them. So my friend, to begin with, isn't a big fan of spiders. She constantly cleans her house for them. She's not got a phobia, but certainly is not their biggest fan. We planned to go away for September, and she wanted to look at hotels. She hasn't got a computer or laptop, so I brought mine to look for easier viewing. I never moved my laptop out of my room, so had to search for my laptop bag. My dad had put it in our dry storage shed. No problems, I thought. Brought it in, packed my laptop and all the crap that goes with it, and went to hers. At hers, she wanted a shower before looking through hotels, so I unpacked my laptop whilst she was upstairs. That's when it happened. Hundreds of spiders spilled out, running in every direction, zooming under the couch, table, heading for the kitchen, and crawling over me. Freaking out, I start stomping everywhere. Lifting the laptop lid, more spiders spill out. I'm trying not to scream. I'm humming loudly. I'm not scared of spiders one bit, but the sheer amount of spiders is just overwhelming. I grab the brush from the kitchen cupboard, stepping on more spiders as I go. It was like Spider D-Day, their destination not Normandy, but my friend's stairs. Dealing devastating sweeps, I take out groups of them and work my way across the floor. Very luckily, she has light wooden floors, so they were easier to spot, but disadvantage if they didn't have the terrain of the carpet to slow them down. Let's get this straight. I don't condone violence against animals. However, in the moment, it was true fight or flight. There were survivors of the battle. They scuttled away in her shelves, under her TV stand, and in the shoe rack. My friend came down refreshed from the shower. She first noticed a couple, but they were the injured ones from the great sweeping, so wasn't bothered by them. As the evening progressed, more appeared, but they seemed to be slower ones. I left a few hours later, and this evening she's messaged me saying she's seen a lot of spiders. I've picked up some spider spray and will round there tomorrow to hopefully get them all. I felt bad as I had no idea they were there. I mentioned this to my dad about the spiders, and he very casually was like, "Oh yeah, there's a few in there, forgot to mention." I believe few was an understatement. Ugh, no, I don't know if I could be your friend anymore if you brought a freaking laptop. If you brought a laptop case full of spiders to my house, intentionally or unintentionally, I'm really not sure if we could be friends anymore. I'm just saying, oh my god, no. No. How did you not notice them when you put your laptop in? Ew. This is why I hate storage areas, because they always have some kind of bug chilling out, and it usually is spiders, and it's so disgusting, and I hate them so much. Ew. Anyway, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Really quickly, I'd like to thank my patrons. Up on the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy case. Thank you all so much for supporting me in that way. If you're interested in becoming a patron, checking out the original posts from today's video, or sending me an email for possible inclusion in a future video, all of that information is in the description box, so be sure to check it out. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!